Welcome back, everybody, to another session of Jets Therapy. We are back after taking the summer off. We also had to recharge our batteries after the previous year. We could not continue to do videos because it was physically impossible to continue to talk about this team.
Mentally draining.
Very draining. The good thing is we made a lot of positive strides throughout the offseason when it comes to free agency and the draft. We're excited for the upcoming year. So we're going to be talking about what we think as far as overall outlook of the upcoming year. We're going to talk about some recent news with our franchise quarterback. And we're going to talk about what we essentially what we expect for the upcoming Ravens games. Let's get into it. All right, dude, let's start off just by talking about what you're most excited about for this year. I think that we have made a lot of good additions in the offseason. I mean, we'll see how far that takes us, but what's your what are you most looking forward to kind of watching?
It's a good question, Dan. I'd love to say the entire team, because I think we've made some very good additions on the offensive side of the ball. Gave our franchise quarterback, as you would put it, some weapons, got him some weapons. But honestly, I think I'm excited about that defense. I love defense. I love Ahmad Sauce Gardner. I love DJ Reed from the Seahawks. So I'm ready for it. Carl Lawson's coming back. He's basically a new addition at this point. You know what I mean? So I'm very, very excited. Jermaine Johnson on the edge. So yeah. And the defense, we got some playmakers. That's what I'm most excited about. Ahmad Gardner was not even targeted in preseason, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, that's preseason, so he's got an even bigger target on his back now because that was the headline. But again, I'm very excited to see a lot of those second, third-year players come back. CJ Mosley with a restructured deal, he ties us down a little bit further. So I'm a big Mosley fan. I'm excited for the defense this year. So
plus Michael Clemens is an absolute beast.
Dude, he's good. He's going to be the steal of the draft, dude. I'm telling you, he is an animal.
Gigantic. Yeah, I'm curious to see how much playing time he gets.
I hope a lot. We'll see. But I mean, he's a scary man. He had the best quote this summer, multiple quotes this summer. So
yeah, scary in any post-game interview. Frightening, man. Well, what would you say is the one player that you're looking forward to the most?
On the whole team, or
no, just on defense. So what player on defense do you think that is kind of most exciting for you?
To me, it's got to be Sauce. It really does. Like I think that was our biggest weakness last year. Obviously, getting to the quarterback was a gigantic weakness, but we had some people that are coming back. So hopefully, Quinnen plays better, JFM plays better, Huff plays better because Lawson and Jermaine Johnson are there. But again, we have that protection at the back. So I think I'm excited for Sauce Gardner. We haven't had a cornerback with that much buzz about him since Revis, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's where I gotta go. I love that. It's a passing league. We got the best corner in the draft, and he's swaggy and he's got a Buffalo Wild Wings sauce now.
Yeah, dude. Sauce.
It's sauce.
Yeah, it's the worst wings on the planet, but it's okay.
They're just out of the freezer. There's no denying that.
No, straight to the fryer. Yeah, I mean, he really is. He's going to be probably one of the most exciting players for us to watch on defense this year. Absolutely. I mean, like you said, he has a gigantic target on his back. Every single wide receiver is going to want to play. I mean, it's like when you play the best team, you play harder because you're playing the best team.
Yep.
Any wide receiver that goes up against him knows exactly who he is, and they're going to bring their best every single game because I guarantee a lot of those guys in the back of their minds, probably even some of the veterans, they want to give him his first touchdown given up.
Oh,
I mean, this whole thing, and I hope we just get out of it, get that out of the way early.
Yeah.
Just give up your touchdown. Do I want him to give up touchdown? No. Do I want him to stay, continue to have that statistic throughout the whole year? Of course. But I mean, he's going to continue to have that in the back of his mind. So whatever happens, happens. But I mean, that dude, he plays like a veteran. I mean, he is super smooth. He doesn't overcompensate. He knows exactly who he is. Yeah. So he's like 6'2",
Condor,
6'3",
wingspan of a
200
condor.
pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge. So yeah, he will be very excited to play, to watch play.
All
I would
right.
have
What
to
about you?
say, yeah, for myself, I'm just going to go with the tight end group just in general. Um, I think people are not realizing how much we're going to utilize Uzama and Conklin. And I think that LaFleur was actually strategic in not showing how much we are going to be utilizing them in the passing game. I mean, they're unbelievable blockers. They're absolutely gigantic. They have the exact mindset that you would want on and off the field. They're both dogs. Uzama's a great guy. Conklin's a good dude. Huge pickups, and I just think that they're going to be just touchdown hawks all year.
I mean, dude, we went from a tight end group that, I don't know, the guy you were most excited about was Trevin Wesco. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
there's nobody.
Trevon Wesco, like, okay, that's fine. Now we got a dude who was literally in the Super Bowl, who won the Super Bowl last year. And we got Conklin, like I one of the best pass catching tight ends in the league, in my opinion. So I am very, very excited for that tight end group as well. I mean, and then we got Rucker, who was a sneaky pick. Jersey boy at heart fan, Jets
Yeah,
fan.
man, from Long Island. His dad is a beast.
So, dude, I agree with you. I'm very excited for that tight end group. It's going to take a lot of pressure off of the wide receivers. Going to take a lot of pressure off the whole offense, knowing you have tight ends that'll catch the ball, that'll block well, you know what I mean? Like you said. So yeah, I agree. That's a very exciting group as well. So
yeah, and it's just going to be a safety net as well. I mean, we'll get into Zach here in a second, but there was so much that I feel like we couldn't do last year because of just the lack of skill at the tight end position. Yeah. And those dudes not only can catch the ball, but they also love to score after the catch. They love to get yards after the catch. They're not just a catch first type of guy. And then if I get yards, great. I mean, they're literally looking to make plays after the catch. And that is so undervalued for tight ends. I mean, you really only maybe see a handful of guys in the league that want to do that. So I don't think that those two are talked about enough. Uzama kind of had a little bit of a quiet spring. So I think that a lot of the emphasis was placed on the Conklin and what he has been doing, which is great. But we're going to see Uzama out there. A weapon like Uzama does not go quietly. So I'm super excited for them. But let's talk a little bit about Zach. We got the news today.
Before we get to the Ravens, let's talk about our franchise quarterback.
Let's talk about our dude. Let's not even get into how it happened. Just an absolute joke of a thing. All he had to do was take 2 steps to the right. I get it. He was trying to get extra yardage for some reason in preseason, but so just what do you think about the whole being out for 3 weeks? What do you think about Flacco? Break it down for me.
I don't mind Flacco. I've been a Flacco fan. I think he's a great veteran presence in that room. I think he's still got, Saleh said he still thinks he's a starting quarterback in the league. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, Tom Brady is still starting. So the sky's the limit as far as age limitations and things like that. But I'm not saying Joe Flacco is Tom Brady. So please, just with the age.
That's what I heard, but
no,
sure.
Yeah, but the issue I have with it is similar to the Becton injury last year. Like, we have no idea about injury timetables. And I don't know if it's a Saleh issue of like, I'm just going to come out and say it because I'm confident, or do we have a serious issue with our athletic department, like athletic training department and
I mean, put that aside. I don't even why would Saleh come out 2 days ago and say that we're still putting Zach through some reps? We're going to give him a workout. No, there's no gamesmanship. And then on Wednesday you announce, who cares? I mean, It's not like people are scheming for Mahomes and then get the backup. This is Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco. Who cares?
Everybody knew Flacco was playing against the Ravens.
Everybody knew, Flacco was going to play game 1. Everybody knew that, and that's fine. But to come out and to say, we're still putting him through, we're still putting him through a workout. We're going to see how the knee responds. And then you come out and say he's not going to start until week 4. I mean, who were you trying to kid? Did Saleh truly not know that? And again, somebody told him later on, like, hey, actually, it's going to be this. And there was a lack of communication. Yeah. I mean, I just don't understand what was happening. Whereas the head coach can come out and say, we're still going to figure it out. We're going to make that announcement Wednesday. I mean, he doesn't have to explain himself to anybody, obviously, and he's not going to. I think that Jets fans are overreacting a little bit.
Oh,
When this
100%.
when this injury happened, first we started off by saying, okay, he's out for the season. Like, we literally have no idea what Wilson's going to be. It's going to be another year before we ever figure it out. We're going to see Joe Flacco all year. He would probably get hurt in the course of a year. So we're going to see Mike White. We're going to have to maybe bring in
Strevler, baby.
Jimmy
Practice
G.
squad.
God knows what was going to happen. So then we were like, all right, maybe he's just out a couple weeks because it's not that bad. And then we heard 2 to 4 weeks. So we started to get optimistic. We started to get excited and all this type of stuff. Him being out 3 weeks truly is a blessing from what it could have been.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that Saleh came out a couple days ago and was like, oh, we're going to see if he can play Sunday. So you get our hopes up for some ungodly reason. Just come out and say, look, we're not going to put him on the field until he's 100% confident in his body and his mind. We're going to wait until that time. And until that time, we'll let you know. Don't even talk about a timetable, because that's all we want as fans. We want a timetable. We're going to we're going to hold you to that. We're going to hold you over the coals for it. And so is the media. So don't even say anything. Just say we're trying to figure it out. We're going to take it week by week, and we're going to update you on a weekly basis.
You'd think they've learned their lesson with the Becton injury, but apparently not. And again, there are so many things that go into injuries. And I, when I was coaching, I was always like, let's sit out another week. You know what I mean? Like, let's let it heal. Like you said, let's let our body get straight, our mind get straight, and then we'll come back. But
it makes sense. It's your franchise quarterback who you are hoping will be the quarterback of this team for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Let the guy sit for 3 weeks. Yes, that's what you do. That's the right thing to do. But just come out and say that in the beginning. Don't say that there's a potential chance of him suiting up for Sunday.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Even when he said that, I was like, I don't even get it. I don't even get it. Like, that's obviously not a possibility. Flacco is starting game 1.
I got excited, not gonna lie. When he said, we'll see if he plays Sunday, I was like, oh, okay.
I got excited, but in the back of my mind, I was like, no, please, God, no.
Yeah. I like the Flacco redemption story against the Ravens. I do. I think it'll be, let's see what the dude's got. He's got some great weapons now that we built for Wilson. So let him warm up those wide receivers. Let him warm up those running backs. Let those running backs get their feet quick and get them early. You know what I mean? Breece Hall, let's see what he's got. So that's something that kind of excites me. So
yeah, I love the Breece Hall, Michael Carter 1-2 punch. I think it's going to be like a Leon Washington. Who was his dude? Who was he matched up with? The big boy.
Jones?
Yes.
Jones? Yeah.
It was Jones. I mean, those two, that was like the bruiser and then the finesse guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because Michael Carter really doesn't have that home run power. He's going to make you miss.
But you can't get him down.
Right. Yeah,
you
exactly.
Can't get him down,
He's
though.
shifty. He makes the first 2 guys miss. I think he led the league or something like that in like the last 8 games or something like that in the league. So, and then you have a bruiser more like Breece Hall. So those 2 guys are going to be really fun to watch. So yeah. Am I excited for Flacco? No, just because we know what he is, but I still think that there's a chance of winning. I mean, I don't think it's just like, all right, our backup's in, it's not going to happen. Flacco knows how to win games. He knows how to be smart with the ball, despite what we saw in that third preseason game when he threw that atrocious pick. But overall, I'm excited for the game. I think it's going to be great. So just give me, so we don't go on too long here, just give me keys to winning on Sunday versus the Ravens. What do you think we need to do?
Get on them and get on them early, man. Use those offensive weapons and let the defense do its thing. That's got to be mine. Is run the ball, see what we got in Breece and see what we got in Michael Carter, and then air it out to Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson and Corey Davis, dude. And the tight ends. Like, we got to get the offense going early, score some points early, and then make the defense do the work. And that's got to be it to me. And again, the defense is going to work. They've got Lamar Jackson. They've got Mark Andrews. You know what I mean? So they've got the Ravens are not slouches. Yeah, they lost Hollywood Brown, but they made some solid additions as well. So
yeah, I hear you. I mean, mine are simply, 2 things, but 2 huge things. I mean, it sounds simple to talk about beforehand, but when you talk about keys to winning at the end of the game, I feel like if we won the game, I'm going to look back and say, we did these 2 things correctly. 1, don't let Mark Andrews catch the damn ball, especially in the end zone.
Yeah.
Just put two dudes on him. Have some sort of scheme where that dude is just shut down. Hold him to 3 catches and 27 yards, something along those lines. So that's number one. Number two, make Lamar throw the ball. He cannot use his legs. I think it was some stat like when he runs over 80 yards for a game, he's like 14-0 or 15-0 or something like that. It's because we're going to get them to 3rd and 6. We're going to get them to 3rd and 8. It's going to be 3rd and long. And then I think that the game is going to be won and lost on 3rd and long when the Ravens have the ball. Is Lamar Jackson going to be able to run for a first down when the play breaks down? Because I do believe in our secondary. I believe in our pass rush. But is he going to be able to shift out of that and run for 8 yards and slide
put that pressure on that linebacker crew? That first, So
contain Lamar, put pressure on him early, let him throw the ball. So it's all about shutting down the run, containing Lamar, containing Mark Andrews. You do those things, and I think you win. I mean, but obviously, it's kind of, it feels silly to say because it's like, yeah, no crap. If you do those things, of course you're going to win. But
yeah.
I mean, I don't think that they're one of those teams where it's like, look, everything needs to go right for us to win. I don't think that. We're not playing the Bills. We're not playing the Chiefs.
I agree.
We're not playing one of those top echelon teams. Now, they're good, and they should be a playoff team, but I still think that we have the tangibles to pull the game out if we kind of play that physical, aggressive football that Saleh keeps talking about.
He wants to play.
We should be playing. So, yeah, dude, combination of what you said and I said, it's going to be 48-0 Jets.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm hearing.
I don't know. So, yeah, let's go to score predictions real quick. I think it's going to be a close game. High scoring, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to go with 17-14 Jets. That's what I'm going with. 17-14 Jets.
Is that your high scoring guess?
No, but I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, Dan. That's what I think. 17-14 Jets, though. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I don't know whether to be.
I don't see us scoring 4 touchdowns. I don't know why I said high scoring.
No, I mean, we could. I mean, you have the players for it potentially. I don't know whether to go realistic or optimistic. I'll just go realistic for this game one. I would say that the Ravens probably pull it out like 27-17, 27-20, something along those lines. And
I like it.
We're kind of just like, all right, it is what it is. Honestly, yeah, I think the Ravens are going to be too much for us.
We got to score some points. That's, to me.
Yeah, I mean, just as long as it's competitive, maybe if it's 27-23 and we have the ball or something along those lines. But honestly, all I want to see out of these first 3 games, hopefully, God, just please, Zach, come back versus the Steelers. Can you imagine if we get news that week that he's going to sit another week and he's out a whole month? Please, dude, please no.
Yeah.
But I would love to go 1-2 in the first 3 games. Zach comes back and he wins his first game, and now we're 2-2.
2-2.
That's honestly best case scenario for me starting out this year. And best case scenario when
Browns. Who's third week?
Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah. So Ravens, Browns, Bengals.
Best case scenario when you're being realistic is 2-2. Zach wins week 4.
Yeah.
And then obviously I would love to go 4-0, sure. But trying to be as realistic as possible. I still think we did our predictions a couple months ago. I still think that, my prediction was 10-7.
I think we're a 9-11 win team.
We were right there, man. That's not too far out of the realm of possibility.
And if we sneak out this Ravens win, I think we got the Browns, and then the Bengals. Who knows? Just throw Mike White in there and see what happens again. And then
if you go 2-1,
we got Wilson coming back for the Steelers. Yeah. So
the most Jets thing ever is going 3-0. And Flacco looks like an absolute stud. And then Zach Wilson comes in, throws 3 picks and loses.
And we don't win for 6 games after that.
Yeah, exactly. And then we go like 3-8. And then they're like, now what? Do we put Flacco back in?
Put Flacco back in.
Yeah, Wilson's one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. And here's what's really good. We know what Zach did after sitting last year, after he got hurt. Dude, he sat there. He learned from the game. He picked up the speed a little bit more. He was a lot smarter.
Yeah.
If Zach is a student of the game, like everybody says he is, he's going to sit back. He's going to watch the game up with LaFleur, maybe on the sideline. I don't know. But he's going to learn from it, and he's going to be able to kind of process the game a little bit better from a mental standpoint. And then when he gets in there on week 4, yes, there might be some cobwebs he has to shake off, but I think we'll be okay.
Yep, I agree. I want him back, but again, I don't want to rush him back and hurt him and risk losing him for the rest of the season. I'll take these 3 games in the beginning, see we roll the dice with Joe Cool and see what we got.
All right, man. I love it. Let's go ahead and wrap up. We will see everybody later after the game. I am so excited for Sunday, dude. I am not going to be able to sleep well Saturday night. And I feel like a loser for saying that, but it's true.
No,
it's absolutely true.
Like Christmas night, Dan.
It is. And instead of presents,
I'm dreaming
get coal.
of a green Christmas.
That's velvet.
That was just smooth.
That's velvet. I mean, that's cream of the corn. All right, beautiful. We will see everybody after Sunday. Enjoy the game as much as you can. We love you.
Football's back, baby.
And Jets therapy is back, baby. We'll see you soon.